So obviously now they can kind of relax, they can go sit at their tables, they can get their notifications, and then they continue to participate regardless of what else they're doing or where they are. I'm Beth Butchino, and I work for the Salvation Army of Greater Charlotte. And I have been in this role for 9 years doing fundraisers. We had to find something new to do. They had done the same fundraiser, the auxiliary, for like 30 years, I believe. We celebrated their 30th anniversary. And someone came up with this idea of a fashion show, which has been really well received.
What we do, all the proceeds that come from that fashion show silent auction goes to support the scholarship programs for seniors in high school that wouldn't necessarily be able to afford going to college. And a unique thing that we do is we provide mentorships to those college students throughout their college career. So we do that, and then we support the Center of Hope, where we purchase meals for women and their children who are experiencing homelessness. We also provide them with undergarments. We work with local stores.
So what we did the year before was literally, we had little pieces of paper, 3-part forms, where they had to handwrite their bids on, write their price, write their name, write their number, and it was crazy. It took literally half of our office, half of our admin staff, there's about 22 people here, to attend the event because of the amount of manpower that was involved in pulling all those slips, figuring out who won, calculating everybody's total, because some people bid on more than one item. It drew people away a little bit from like the other parts of what we were trying to do at the event, because everybody was so concerned about making sure that they got the final bid, or that they were standing there when the papers were pulled so nobody could outbid them. So obviously now they can kind of relax, they can go sit at their tables, they can get their notifications, and then they continue to participate regardless of what else they're doing or where they are at the event in the building. But it's definitely made it a lot easier day of. And also the fact that it makes it very easy for people to donate. You know, they're bidding, and then we have that little button where they can click and they can do a donation as well. And it kind of prompts them, well, geez, if I'm already in here putting my credit card information in, I can, do this pretty easily and just add that on there. And we don't have to chase down people to try to, ask them to write checks or do a separate transaction. So I think that's been very helpful. That was another thing that's been really handy, like just having these other options we literally just click a box and all of a sudden there's some new items in our auction. Last year we were pretty successful with the trips. The woman who won the Bali trip, she actually saw the woman that's our chairperson at another event. Our women's auxiliary person even knew her. There's 260 people at the event. You don't know everybody that wins everything, but she went out of her way at wherever else she saw her and walked up to her and said that trip was amazing. And the chairperson herself actually bid on one of the trips last year. And, anybody considering the platform should know that that's something that there's always support. I think probably literally 24/7 when you're working on something to help you work through whatever you're trying to accomplish. Like I'm in the middle of doing something and little bubbles pop up and little videos pop up. And then I've literally been in the middle of like trying to complete a task. I didn't know why my photo wasn't working. Just like, I'm trying to load this photo. Can you tell me why it's not working? And chat with somebody and like immediately get support and get answers. It's very frustrating sometimes when you're trying to do something and then you have to kind of stop and step back and wait to continue that and kind of move to something else.